I'm going to give it to you straight here. I honestly didn't think I would love the Roswell Mini K87 as much as I do. And there's one very huge, unexpected reason for why I love it so much. I'll let you know what surprised me, plus all the nerdy stuff. It's coming right up. So, good day, and welcome to the Time Preservation Society. I'm Peter Parker. Be sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you can be notified the minute new content falls upon you. Cheers. So here I am, flabbergasted once again. Roswell, you surprised me so. I recently reviewed the crazy colorful, small, large diaphragm condenser mic called the Roswell Mini K87X. It was incredibly impressive. Too impressive for its little size. It sounds way bigger than it should legally be allowed to sound. And here I am, back with another Roswell small, large diaphragm condenser mic, the Mini K87. No X, just K87. So I'm going to skip the company history since I've already done that extensively with my Mini K67X review, which you can watch right here. I've got a lot of stuff to cover in this video. I put this little guy through its paces, let me tell you. So, let's go straight to the meat and two veg. This mic has not only impressed me, but it's also reminding me of one of my favorite sub-$500 mics of all time. What do you think of the sound of this one? Because let me tell you, I haven't been this surprised by a mic since 2023, which was No One Will Save You and Oppenheimer ago. Let's have a quick look at it. Look, it's so little. I want to take it home and give it a cup of tea. It's got a nice gray-blue finish on it with a satin nickel grill. But this mic can be specially ordered in a variety of colors. We've got the world-famous Roswell flying saucer logo and the Mini K87 designation. Behind the grill is a 34mm gold-plated K67/K87 style capsule. Inside is a pristine transformerless circuit and hand-picked new old stock audiophile grade components. The specs say it's got a self-noise of 12 dBA, but just like with the K67X, I think that's wrong. This is an extraordinarily quiet mic. I think it's important to mention that this mic, along with the entire Roswell mic line, is handmade and designed, assembled, and tested in California. There are no switches or knobs or any other functions on this mic. It's a point-and-shoot mic. It has an XLR connection and requires medium-high octane phantom power. It's the silver phantom power if you've got it. Otherwise, it'll run just fine on regular unleaded 48-volt. It's got nothing else but its true naked self. Just putting itself out there, making its way in the world, you know? Being the best version of itself it can be. And what a self that is. It comes with a really nice cutaway shock mount and a microfleece mic sock. These little mics come with little socks, little matching socks. It weighs precisely 350 grams. It's slightly heavier than it looks, but not a heavy mic at all. It measures, hold on a second, let me find my trusty old measuring tape here. You know, this measuring tape was made by a chaotician named Ian Malcolm when he was measuring the distance between microscopic skin wrinkles on people's hands. I picked it up on a dinosaur island off the coast of Costa Rica back in '93, I think. Anyway, it measures 44 millimeters by 150 millimeters. It's really small. Why is that phrase so familiar? As with any mic I review, I can't tell right away how it really handles until I put it on some stuff, really get it used. So I recently built a VO booth so I could do some VO work and so I could test mics, and for my podcast. Anyway, I took the Mini K87 in the booth to hear what it would sound like as a VO microphone. Here's that footage. All right, so we're in the booth right now. Now, this booth I recently constructed for very little money because I needed to build a booth so I could test mics. And also I wanted to do a podcast. So what you're hearing right now is me in this booth that I made. Of course, I do have a podcast. I started it. I don't know how often I'll make an episode, but it's called In the Booth With, and then it's a different mic every time. So the TPS In the Booth With. And right now we're testing out the Roswell Pro Audio Mini K87. And this is the sound of it. Let me tell you something. It is very, very smooth. In case you haven't noticed. So currently I'm going directly into the Grace Design M101 preamp and then into the Arturia Audio Fuse ADAT expander and then into the Apollo. So this is the sound of it with the cleanest preamp on earth because I needed to go with Grace for this one. That review's coming soon. Anyway, this is the sound, and you've been hearing me talk on this microphone in the booth. What do you think of this? What do you think of this microphone? I think it sounds great. I think it's so good. It's so natural and neutral. So amazing on spoken word. Very, very loved by VO and VA artists. And this is the one they usually pick of the Roswell line. I gotta tell you, I know why they do. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to the video and see what else I did with this mic. Impressive. Truly, truly impressive. This mic is very popular among VO and VA artists. Having an incredibly transparent but robust sounding mic in your locker is key. As you can tell, it sounded incredibles in the booth. I didn't do anything to it. That was just raw, just like this is. I got limiters on, but that's it. But miking instruments, making, a song, and then mixing it is where you really see what this can do. Because then you're turning knobs and you're playing with EQ and stuff like that. And a lot of mics fall apart as soon as you start adding EQ. That's when you really can tell, how good a quality a mic really is. You see if it can handle all the stuff you can throw at it and see how it sits and mixes. See how it handles on acoustic instruments, loud sources like guitar amps, vocals, all that stuff. So I wrote and recorded a mini song. Again, I had no idea where I was going with it. I just kind of wrote it while I was recording it. That happens sometimes. Here's the result. All done with this microphone except for the drums.
Walking by myself, alone in the deep dark woods. I won't tell you why I was there. Then again, maybe I should. Some guy had tried to steal my mic, and I just took it and ran. But not before I hoofed him in the nuts, and that's where the story began. Oh, I just ran away so fast. I didn't think my legs would last. Hands off my Mini K87. It stays with me in my possession. I know you can't believe how amazing this mic can be, but hands off my Mini K87.
So here's what I think, and the part that surprised me the most. There was a mic I reviewed last year, a mic I constantly talk about for a clean, rounded vinyl record type of tone. It's the SE Electronics SE4400. I can't even tell you how many times I've recommended that mic to people. It handles the highs in the smoothest, most transparent way. It's an album mic. So impressive. That's what I heard when I recorded with the Mini K87, except a little bit better. It's got this absolutely beautiful way of handling the highs, zero sharpness or harshness. But this mic goes a bit further. It's totally smooth, wonderfully rounded, rich, clear, tight, extended lows, very expensive sounding. How? How have they made this mic sound this good? I mean, this mic you can use on anything. Anything. If I had just one Mini K87 and maybe two diverse preamps like a Grace M101 or a Hairball Lola, then this is a desert island setup. Not really a desert island because there's no power there. And definitely no regular unleaded phantom power. But if I could generate power on that island with a couple of coconuts and a hairpin, this is a mic I'd happily record my digital SOS message on. Is it desert island or deserted island? Well, I looked it up, and it is desert island, but desert refers to a deserted island and not an actual desert. The more you know.
The more you know.
I know a lot of stuff now. When Matt from Roswell Pro Audio told me he would put his Mini K line up against any sub 500 mic on the market, I honestly thought it might be totally biased hype. But I didn't know Matt yet. It wasn't hype. I've now tried two Mini K mics, and they've both been just so freaking impressive. I mean, despite their little size. I mean, they're so easy to underestimate. I'm sure, some big studios, they got clients in there. They pull one of these out, and people are like, oh, what is that? Did you get that off Amazon or something? That kind of thing. But I'm telling you, man, the sound is incredible. Like how? Like how? They're so little. Is it because they're so little? What gives? How can these be this good? This is a very transparent, neutral mic. Flat, yet it still imparts some character by perfectly capturing your character. It gets out of its own way, but still lets itself know it was there. On spoken word, this mic was spectacular. On vocals, totally buttery smooth and fleecy warm. On an amp, it was full and almost kind of dynamic sounding. Better than a dynamic, actually. It smoothed out the chimey harshness that sometimes comes from close miking a loud amp. On acoustic, it was a record album. Totally gorgeous. It was superb on any source that I pointed it at. Truly stunning. Velvety, like a triple thick chocolate milkshake on a hot summer night. I could go on and on. I really could. Oh yeah, and the mic only costs $439 US for the base model, the one that you see right here. You can of course have it shipped with custom colors, grills, and other mods as well for about $10 to $44 per mod, depending on which one or ones you want. And here's something for some people who want to buy this mic but can't afford the $439 all at once. They offer financing through Affirm for US and Canadian customers. That's absolutely fantastic news for some of us. And if you live outside the US or Canada and want that financing option, all you have to do is move here. Easy peasy. I'm a huge fan of the Roswell Mini K87. It's truly an everything mic. I don't know what else to say except that I fully recommend this mic completely. It's a low-cost way of getting into the expensive-sounding mic category for much less money. I had an easier time working with this mic than the SE4400. Not that it was hard to work with that mic. That mic is awesome. And of course, that mic has a lot of different, options and switches. This doesn't. However, just as it is, pointing it at a source and just doing it all, it was easier to work with, For that mini song that I didn't do too much EQ at all. Just the regular high and low pass filtering and a presence boost on the main vocal. Everything else just fit on their own. I love reviewing good products on this channel. I try to only seek out the good ones. Sometimes I'll get a dud product, but not lately. And certainly not this one. I can think of no negatives for this mic. It's my new favorite neutral point-and-shoot mic under $500, for sure. I like it that much. If you're on the fence, get off it. Well, that'll just about do it for all of me here at the Time Preservation Society. It's not a onesie. Bye now. In transmission. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Great mic. Watch these other videos. Buy this microphone. It's nice.